Greetings, haters, cultivators. Welcome to Podcasting is Forbidden in the Cloud Recesses, the only lesbian-hosted podcast about Dream Taoist Union? Sure.
Dream Taoist. Now I want a visual novel dating sim where you just get to date all of the hot daddies. All the hot daddies in Motel. Call it Dream Taoist. I'm fucking into it. Please don't sue me, Game Grump.
Just the one grump. You get one.
I mean, yeah, it's just one of the grump that does, like, a lot of the, like, art direction and shit or whatever. I don't know. And Dan's just there to be, like...
Dan?
Yeah. That's pretty much all you can...
This is a Game Grumps podcast.
Thanks. It's 2015.
I'm your incognito babysitter, Roy.
Incognito babysitter. I love that. I had to read that one like 3 times before I was like, seriously. And I'm Fallon, aka Elite 4 Zombie Trainer Wei Wuxian.
Oh, hell yeah. That's my fucking boy.
You know, it's my boy. That's my dude. So anyway, what's up? We're doing a special late night
coming at you
1X podcast.
1X?
I could because I could either be totally topless right now, or I could be wearing a full suit, and you would have no idea.
That is true.
You would have no idea whatsoever. So...
It's, special late night 10:19 p.m. on this Saturday night.
It is 10:19 p.m. We did hold off on it a little bit because Fallon took a while. They took a long meandering path towards taking their notes today.
They took a minute. A minute or two. And then Roy was a sleepy boy, so...
Roy was a sleepy boy. Roy had a little plopperooski.
Mm-hmm. It's when you plop on the bed and you just kind of stop existing for a little while. Not quite depression nap, but sometimes it verges on it. Mostly I was just sneepies. But,
sometimes they overlap.
Sometimes, you never know.
Yeah.
But, before we get into our chapters this week, some international news happened this week.
Yes,
big
it
news
really
in
did.
World of Now, Japan is getting a modal audio drama.
They are getting a modal audio drama. I cannot wait to hear the blessed/cursed words.
I need to hear it. Holy shit, dude. I need to, okay, so... God.
Oh man, I'm so fucking excited for this. First of all, because I am somewhat more familiar with the Japanese language and I'm a little bit more better at parsing it.
Yeah, same.
Than I am with Mandarin because I just have been...
We've both been immersed in anime, the Japanese anime, since very young ages.
Yeah, we've been enjoying the id for a very long time, so we're familiar with that. So,
many years of happy union with the id.
So we'll be able to maybe understand the audio drama's jank a little bit better. And the best part about the Japanese audio drama, it's gonna be uncensored. Unfucking censored, y'all. So,
it might take some years, but we gonna hear him fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
So that should be good. The other thing that happened was that the Korean Donghua sub came out.
Yeah,
apparently it's supposed to be really good.
Korea gets sub.
It's
really good to me. I'm so excited. MDZS truly is becoming Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide.
Wei Wuxian, Mr. Worldwide.
Wei Wuxian, Mr. Way Wide.
Mr. Way Wide.
Mr. World Way.
Mr. World Way. Wow, I really love that.
That's good.
That's very good. I'm very happy about that. I'm pleased with how that came out.
I'm pleased with it. And I'm pretty fucking pleased with these chapters, too.
You know what? I'm really not mad about it. Not remotely. Wei Wuxian is a disaster.
He's a disaster.
He just, really...
When is he not a disaster?
He's really leaning into his role. He's giving it all he's got.
He's giving it everything he's got.
He's having a great time with it, for sure.
We got chapters 9 and 10. We're finishing out the Arrogance arc. Parts 4 and 5.
Finishing up at Mount Dauphin.
Finishing that shit up. Do you want me to go into the summary?
Yeah, if you would
Chapter
like.
9? Alright. So, we start out in kind of a new POV. The Lan Juniors get to the Goddess Temple, and we, the readers, get some lore behind it. Originally, it had been this rock that just kind of weirdly resembled a dancing lady, but nobody really knew where it came from or what its deal was, and every time it just, and over time it just sort of became like, well, guess we'll worship it. The Lawn Boys are studying the statue when Jinliang comes up and starts talking shit about how it's just a rock, and if it's actually soul-consuming, then you start consuming some souls. So a guy who had come with him, he's got a bunch of guys with him. One guy comes up and loses his soul. Everyone realizes that the statue moved. Wei Wuxian runs up with a Molotov cocktail and throws it at the statue and tells everyone to get out. And the statue basically comes to life and starts eating souls all over the place, as you do. Wei Wuxian goes to Jinliang and the Lawn Boys and gives his thesis about how all this works, and we'll get into that.
Tells them they're wrong a million times.
Yeah, and he kind of guides them through piecing it all together.
In the meanest possible way.
He's very matter-of-fact.
He's very matter-of-fact and just blunt about it. Like,
he just came out of being dead for 13 years. He's a grumpy bear.
These are children. But it's fine.
So then the statue comes down, just straight up eating some guys.
Yeah.
Wei Wuxian gives some more info about that, but it's fighting time, and it's scary because nobody's sure how, aware of all of this happening Zhangsheng and Lan Wangji are.
Probably not at all.
Yeah. And the goddess is immune to magic weapons, so Wei Wuxian says, Lord forgive me, but it's time to go back to the old me. Whittles some bamboo into a flute and starts tooting some necromancy out. Then everyone hears some metal tinkling, and everyone gets even more scared than they'd been of the goddess, and they start shouting that the ghost General Wen Yang is here, which is fucked up if true, because he should be double dead.
He should be gone.
He should be extremely fucking dead. So, bit of a Steven Universe one with this shit.
A touch of it, yeah.
Very bigly. Every time I go to picture this statue in my head, I just picture the fucking Beach City statue gem, which we now know to be obsidian.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because all I wanna do is see you turn into a giant woman.
Mm-hmm.
Giant woman. All I wanna do is see you turn into
Get it right.
Giant woman. Oh, that shit was choice.
A choice. So, I love this lore that we get about how something becoming a deity works. And this is kind of scattered in a couple places throughout this chapter, but it's so cool. It's like basically the people just found this crazy looking piece of rock that was just hanging out in this cave or whatever, and then they were like, you know what? Y'all mind if I worship it? And the power of their belief is what turned it into a goddess. And
like an American Gods kind of thing.
Yeah!
Mm-hmm.
I love that shit. I really appreciate that type of world building and that type of explanation of the otherworldly, I guess. I just think that's so cool.
Oh, fucking definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just love that mythology, you know? That hashtag lore.
Yeah. And so, and then when the people start coming up with, stories behind what this statue's origins are, the goddess gets mad because they're spreading lies. They're talking shit, Yeah. She says, you don't know me, even though you made me up.
She gets mad as fuck. Everybody just keeps running their mouths, and eventually when somebody keeps running their mouth, they get their shit rocked in this series.
That's what happens.
So, that's what happens. But, fucking, yeah, so as it turns out, the problems the town is having stem from the fact that the townspeople just really need something to worship.
You gotta have something. You gotta do it. Yeah,
it's like, they're kind of like the Greeks, you know, in Vampire Times China-wise. Yeah. You gotta turn everything into a deity.
You gotta do it.
It's like the doorway, that's a deity now. You put your faith in that deity, we're just gonna believe in it.
It's animism, baby.
Fuck it, I'm gonna believe in it. It's animism, baby. And somehow nobody...
When I'm believer?
Yeah, when I'm believer, and somehow nobody found it weird or ominous that there was just a statue of a lady chilling inexplicably in this cave.
A hot lady, too, because MXTX has got to let us know that everything is hot. Everything and everyone's hot.
And her body is banging.
Her body is fucking banging.
Like, maybe all the lore was a coping mechanism for how viscerally creepy just, like, a random lady-shaped rock
it is fucking weird.
Cave is.
It is very scary to me. I don't like that. Like, literally, I was just watching a video last night because the only thing I fucking do while I'm working on crafts is watch videos about spooky things on YouTube, and I just have those going. And I was watching one about, like, this statue that somebody had found in a cave in, like, upstate New York or something. And they didn't know what the deal was with it, and it's basically this. Except this was clearly something that somebody had built and not a natural thing, but fucked up if true. So the lawn boys get in, and Jingy is like, damn, townsfolk, you worship like this?
He's like, yeah, it's nasty in here. Yeah. There was a line about how all of the lawn sect has mild misophobia.
Yeah.
Mesophobia, whatever.
Mesothelioma.
Just mild mesothelioma.
And then Jin Leon comes up and he
might be able to take action in a class action lawsuit.
If you or a disciple was...
If you were a disciple
and you worked in an asbestos mine.
Yeah, back in the old asbestos factory.
Ancient Chinese is asbestos factory.
The ancient Chinese asbestos
Vampire
factory.
Times asbestos factory. Ancient Vampire Times mesothelioma class action suit.
Yeah.
But Jin Leon comes up and he has some complaining to do as well, as he does.
He literally just walks in just to be a complete piece of shit about the entire situation.
He comes in and says, it was this damn-ass rock.
Yeah, he just comes in and doo-doos all over Jingy and Seishua's attempts to figure out what the fuck is going on. He just doo-doos all over it. He's like, yeah, this is so stupid. These people are stupid for worshiping like this.
He gives a fucking bootstrap speech.
He does. It makes me so angry. But like, not only does he give like a bootstrap speech, he's just like being an asshole atheist about it.
He is.
Like, ironically, the shit he says.
Elric ass.
Yeah, like ironically, the shit he says to ruin their good time is something that the pettiest part of me agrees with. Like. It's just some random shitty rock. Why are they worshipping it? Why are they wasting their time doing this instead of just working? And that's where the bootstraps thing comes in. He's like, well, if these people had just worked really hard instead of just praying to something when things go wrong, then maybe they wouldn't be having all these problems.
He listens to Led Zeppelin in 2019. He fucking...
Yeah.
It's so awful. He's so shitty.
Yeah.
And no wonder, like, I remember a friend of the show, Jordan... when he was first reading it, being like, hey, does Jin Leon ever get good?
Yes, he's baby.
Yes, he does become baby. He does Detroit become baby.
Detroit become baby, as it turns out? But yeah, like sometimes when you're 14 and stupid and in an ancient Chinese horror movie, you egg the monster on loud enough that surprises it fucking takes the bait.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what Jin Leong does. He's like, haha, well, look at this monster that's certifiably killed 7 people. I bet it won't do shit.
Yeah.
I wish it would show up right here. I bet nothing will happen.
He says, nice man bun, idiot.
Nice man bun, idiot. And the statue wakes up and she's like, I'm a lady, you fucking asshole.
Yeah.
And she just,
she's like, hey,
decides to start.
Yeah.
Getting jiggy with it.
This statue is described as being 3 meters tall, which is like 9 feet.
That's great.
Yeah, which is, I mean, hot to me.
Giant woman.
There you go. Like, which is not a whole lot considering in the dogma they made her a fucking kaiju.
Yeah, she was
like 30 feet tall.
Freaking large in the Donghua.
Freaking large.
I did kind of appreciate that. That was kind of fun.
I do love a big lady.
Fun, sexy, and cool. And so then this crazy rando in black robes busts into the cave apropos of nothing and slops booze all over the statue. It's Wei Ying, baby!
Baby! This twink with a Molotov cocktail.
I
cannot, like, somebody pointed this out in our Discord earlier this week that he just Molotovs this, and I'm like, I cannot fucking believe this.
He comes in with medicinal liquor, literally slops it all over the statue and
it's
fucking
on fire.
sets it on fire.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
He says, yeet. And then, they get outside and...
Yeah, he tells everybody to fucking run, and they're like, oh no, this prey's too fucking great. And then obviously it gets up and starts working and, like, moving its feet, and Wei Wuxian is like, y'all better fucking run!
Did you hear me?
Did I not tell y'all?
And they have the goddamn audacity. Jingy's like, did you really think that you would be considered a senior just because you washed your face?
God, listen, sometimes you gotta listen to the crazy rando if you want to live.
And he had his face mask on.
Dude, Wei Wuxian is Mo Xuan Yu is like 24 or 25, right?
Yeah.
And the Jin and Lan boys are 14 and 15. Xishui
they are max 17.
Yeah, he has the same energy as every other high school freshman getting grumpy about being called a kid still.
How could you?
And, like, the juniors changed their tune on using respectful terms for Wei Wuxian after they embarrassed themselves.
Yeah.
Like, after that, it's young Master Mo this and young Master Mo that.
Because they synced he was right.
They seen he was fucking right, because he's always right.
He is right. He goes on about, like, what the deal is with this whole thing.
Yeah, first of all, he has to dunk on Gusulan for having no street smarts.
He says that Gusulan couldn't solve the goddess puzzle because they have billionaire brain poisoning. They don't know what it's like to be poor.
They're too lofty and scholarly.
They're too rich, too. He says something about, like,
You've never eaten dirt. Call me back when you've eaten dirt.
All billionaires have brainworms.
All billionaires have brainworms. That's fucking right. And fucking God bless Lun Jingy that we can and stand. He's like, oh, we made a salient point. I guess he must not actually be crazy. My dude has no filter whatsoever.
Oh yeah, no.
So yeah, Wei Wuxian just keeps going around. He explains the situation. He's like, yeah, like, what do you think happened? And the kids are like, oh, well, this happened. He's like, wrong!
Yeah.
The exact opposite thing happened. Surprise! And they're like, but what the fuck? He's like, aha, see? I'll tell you why I'm right. And he explains why he's right in like 2 paragraphs. And he's like, do you know why that is? They're like, no. He's like, wrong! You're all wrong. Block, block, block. None of you are free of sin.
Yeah, so the goddess's trick here was like, what was it, like so everybody thought that the landslide happened first and then the soul consuming thing happened, but it had been backwards because she was consuming souls, like something busted a coffin open and then the landslide happened and then all the shit started going down. Right? Something like that. It's basically, but the
Wei Wuxian
Wei
Wuxian was using his calligraphy certificate in the 6 arts to draw some fucking conclusions.
I mean, they were right.
They were correct. That's the problem. And it's like, it's just seriously, like, his like, elementary My Dear Lon John explanation is so fucking hilarious. Like, what a comprehensive galaxy brain rundown. Wei Ying is a genius.
He's like, he fucking, like, there's one point where one of the Lon boys says something about, like, but to you, like, patriarchs, and he fucking says, why y'all listening to my dumbass?
Literally, he's like, why are you putting your faith in that dusty old bitch? She didn't even moisturize.
Crusty ass.
God.
So the shit's getting out of hand, and he says, well, unfortunately, I must do this thing. And he starts playing Hilo Flute.
Yeah, he's a whipping on it. Fucking, cause like Jin Liang, God bless him, is still trying. He's still, like, trying to shoot arrows through the statue's head, and he's like, I just this thing in my notes that's just in all caps, Jin Liang is so fucking stupid! What the fuck did you think is gonna happen to a solid stone statue when you headshot it with an arrow? Nothing, you diaper chug! Nothing! Nothing is going to happen!
He's a stupid baby!
He did it 3 fucking times! And Wei Wuxian is like, alright, we can't fucking deal with this.
I can't be having
and
with this.
Jingyi just cannot vibe with Wei Wuxian's background DZ noodling. He's not into it. He's like, can you just shut that shit off? We're trying to have a civilized goddamn fight here. And then, you know he tinkling.
You know he tinkling.
Tinkle, tinkle.
He got them spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle.
Tinkle, 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 tinkle. Tinkle, 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 tinkle. I want to think when Young Wesley showed up out of any other corpse because deep down Wei Ying's only desire was to see his strong, gloomy pal again.
Oh.
He's like, oh man, my buddy wants to see me. I gotta go.
Dude, it's Kui!
It's Kui! Isn't it Kui? So, like, when Young, like, fucking here he is, he's tinkling, and
he
his
shuffles
chains
up
are
doing
tinkling.
doing his little sad boy mope up.
Yeah, Ghost General 2 Chains. Love me a good fierce corpse. Love
him.
sapient zombies as a concept, but he's not sapient right now. He's pretty much out his mind still.
Yeah. And that's where that chapter ends.
Yeah.
Good shit. So,
good shit.
Chapter 10, you can get on that summary here.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all mind if I. So Wen Yang comes in, and he fights the goddess statue, and it doesn't take too long before he picks up a boulder and just crushes her into gravel.
You know.
He just goes full mortar and pestle. All the cultivators gathering around are like, fuck, do we want to try to kill him? Like, what is it? I don't know what to do here, bro. And Wei Wuxian doesn't want that, so he plays his shitty flute again. And he gets Wen Yang to, like, safely fuck off, but not before Lan Wangji shows up to give Wei Wuxian a meaningful look and watch him play his crappy flute for a little bit. Zhang Cheng shows up and makes sure that Jin Liang is okay, yells at him, and then one of his guys is like, hey, Wen Yang was here, and Zhang Cheng decides he's had about enough, and it's time to figure this shit out, so he busts out Zijian, and he whips Wei Wuxian because it's supposed to separate his soul from his body if he's being possessed, but nothing happens, so he gets more confused and mad. And he's, like, about to whip him again, but Han Guangjun just kind of lets Wei Wuxian use him as a meat shield.
HGJ!
And, some Zhang guys tell Zhang Cheng that, and the Lan Juniors tell him that Moshuan, you can't possibly be Wei Wuxian because, he's gay and he's bad at flute. So Wei Wuxian tries to make fun of Zhang Cheng by, like, saying that he wouldn't fuck him, but he'd fuck Lan Wangji, and Lan Wangji says, bet, and...
He says, on God.
He says, on God, and he says, I'm taking you to Gusu, and Wei Wuxian realizes that he's performed a self-own, and that's the chapter.
That's it, y'all.
That's it, bro. So, one of the first things that happens in this chapter is MXTX decides to tell us how hot the zombie is.
Yeah, she pretty much describes him as handsome in a Tim Burton movie protagonist sort of way.
Jesus fucking Christ, he is!
Am I
He's so
wrong?
Corpse Bride!
Am I wrong? He's
What
like
the
deeply
fuck?
fucking Corpse Bride.
I'm so
He's
mad!
like a Victor
Wow,
kind
fuck
of
you.
mood.
Wow.
Do you know?
Wow.
You know, just kind of like the like melancholy, like gaunt
Edward Chain Hands ass.
Edward. Oh no! Edward Murder Hands. Edward Ghost Hands.
Jesus.
Edward Murder Hands is fun. That reminds me of William Murderface.
It does. Oh.
Edward Murder Hands.
So, but yeah, in addition to looking like Tim Burton ass looking ass, he can fucking bench, dude.
Yeah, he really, he shows up and shows out, basically.
Yeah, he comes up and just grabs this humongous boulder and just spends a discreet couple of minutes just whittling down this gigantic kaiju-ass statue into powder.
Yeah, he goes ham, and Wei Wuxian's narrative is he's pretty confident that Wen Yang is not as conscious as he usually might be as a fierce corpse ghost general, and he's like, wonder how that happened.
Yeah, he's got smooth brain.
He's got smooth brain. He's just thinking about fighting.
Yeah. He's kind of like, and Wei Wuxian is also kind of like a little bit weirded out because Wen Yang is supposed to have been turned into ash, quote unquote.
Yes.
So you kill the boy, you kill the zombie of the boy, and now the zombie of the boy is back.
Why the focus
in Pog
here.
Form, yeah.
And can I just give a shout out? Bless Jin Liang's heart for, having enough self-confidence to be comically, blissfully unaware of when he's biting off more than he can chew.
Oh, yeah.
Like, giant murder statue? No problem, fam. Famous ghost general zombie boy who single-handedly killed thousands of other zombie boys and also people? Easy pickings for young King Jin Liang. You already know.
He says, never say to me the words ghost general.
Never say to me the words ghost general, and he comes up and he just tries to start going ham on him, and it's like, it's not your fight, bro. Can you just put it away? Like, is it really that serious? I guess it really is that serious.
Yeah. That's how it be sometimes.
Yikes-a-roni.
Like a Shiba puppy barking at a Great Dane. So, so then, once he's beaten this statue into nothing, a little marble comes out that's all the condensed, it just kind of poops out just all the condensed souls that it's eaten.
And something that I noticed while I was reading this, perusing it, it really is sort of akin to Wei Wuxian treating Wen Yang as like his prized Pokemon in a battle.
Yeah.
He's just like, all right, go, I choose you, Ghost General, and he goes and he does fucking rock smash.
Yeah.
And he fucking whips ass.
That's the Pokemon that he decides to... That's his main. He's the gym leader.
Yeah.
And he says, this is the one I'm going to use my Mega Stone on. Yes. This is the one that's going to use the Z move. This is the one I'm going to Dynamax. This is my big boy.
What type of Pokemon? What Pokemon would Wen Yang be?
Ooh. Specifically which one?
Yeah.
Fuck, I'd have to think about that for a bit. I know... Well, here's the thing. He's got to be his own thing. Ghost General Wen Yang is the other region version of regular Wen Yang. Regular normal boy Wen Yang is he's definitely fire type. He's like obligatory fire type because of being a Wen. But on top of that, I think he's like maybe normal type, maybe fire normal, and then
maybe
his
fighting type.
Yeah. Well,
Ghost General is fighting.
Yeah, Ghost General is ghost and fighting, which is a sick fucking combo.
Wow, that's fucking awesome. Are there any ghost fighting Pokemon?
There's one, and it's a legendary.
Ooh, which one?
Oh, fuck, what is his name? Marshadow.
Marshadow!
Yeah, Marshadow. He's very cute. He looks like this.
I remember the baby!
Yeah! He's a little baby. That's very Wen Yang. But yeah, he goes to the other region and he becomes Ghost Punch. And
it's really good to me.
And yeah, so once he's done beating this thing into nothing.
Yeah, he's just completely subconscious, which, to be fair, also, he's just subconscious beast mode.
Yeah, he's subconscious beast mode. And then
it also happens to me when I'm around Wei Ying, so that's pretty fair.
It's, technically when you think about it, Wen Yang is the most relatable character.
Yep.
So he kind of runs out of things to do, and everybody is, standing around going, I don't know if we should kill him, because he's he should be dead again, but I'm kind of...
kill that thing.
He's very scary. He's very scary.
He's very scary.
And, so Wei Wuxian is, trying to guide him over, and Wen Yang does this little sad boy mope up to him.
Yeah.
This little Franken mope.
Wei Wuxian's like, alright, it's time to sleep, time to chill, time to play a nice song. He starts playing the Book of Love by the Magnetic Field to try and chill Wen Yang out. It works.
He plays some lo-fi beats to chill to.
And he's backing up.
Yeah.
And he runs right into old boy.
The first thing that happens before he feels him or sees him is he smells him. His potent alpha scent.
Chili sandalwood. Uh-huh.
And
chili sandalwood.
It fucking says that he's physically cold somewhere, which just makes me think of the time I said something was physically large.
Physically large?
talking about how if a man is a physically large dumbass, I'm probably going to like them. If he's a physically cold smart boy, I will also love him.
Jesus.
But he bumps into Lan Wangji, and Lan Wangji kind of like stops him and is like, "The fuck you playing?"
Fuck you doing?
He gives him a very meaningful look, and Wei Wuxian gives him a meaningful look back. And Lan Wangji he just kind of stands there, and Wei Wuxian is like, well, "Bro, I'm gonna keep playing." So he keeps playing.
I'm gonna keep playing though. It's working.
I'm gonna keep playing though. So he does that, and then Wen Ning just he bounces.
Yeah, he bounces. He's out. Fucking. Jesus. Just like, thank God the only person around smart enough to realize Wei Ying is doing a necromancy would also, like, die for him and loves him to death. Like, really dodged a bullet there.
Just kind of lucky.
Fucking...
Is this where they hold each other? Because Wei Wuxian, like, turns around, I guess, and he realizes that, like, he and Lan Wangji are standing, like, face to face, and they're just they accidentally fell into holding each other.
Oh, yeah!
I saw that, and I wept because I did not remember that at fucking all.
Me screaming fucking...
So good.
So, Juju
is here, and he calls Jin Liang Al Liang.
He does. Fucking, there's this one part, it's like Jin Liang had almost had his soul taken away, but he was fine now.
He died, but he's fine.
He died, but he's fine. I don't know why I find the way that they translated that so fucking hilarious. He's just like, Juju! And then it turns out there are a bunch of plainclothes Jong boys there. He literally fucking ordered his Jong boys to disguise themselves and to keep Jin Liang
babysitters.
Yeah, to help Jin Liang cheat. Make sure he doesn't get in any trouble. I literally cannot stand this extra ass Juju.
He's so fucking extra, dude. He would do anything for his little baby nephew, and he will not admit it. He tells him, "Scram over here."
Yeah, get the fuck over here.
He just yells at him.
He's mad as fuck, and he's just like, he sees Lan Wangji and Wei Wuxian, and he just goes, fucking sicko mode! I don't care! Just whips the fucking whip out.
Uh-huh.
And, makes yet another terrible, impulsive, anger-fueled decision.
Which is the best thing he does, the thing he's best at.
Yep, the thing he's best at.
He takes a moment to refer to Wen Ning as the thing and it, which I don't care for.
No, I'm really not into that.
Even his, like, underlings call Wen Ning, like, he.
Yeah, like, really, come on, that's so fucking rude.
Rude ass. Like, I know he kind of, like, is responsible for a couple, like...
atrocities.
Yeah, atrocities directly to you, but...
Zhang Cheng is also responsible for atrocities, so...
That's the thing, and we're gonna get into that in a second.
Everybody in this fucking novel, save for, like, Lan Wangji, is responsible for atrocities.
Lan Wangji has done nothing wrong. There is nothing that man did that was wrong. He is good, and I would die for him.
Yep, and then, Moshuan gets the whip.
He hits the whip.
He hits the whip. He is hit by the whip.
Yeah.
Not so great.
And
Jingy is the one to speak up for him.
Yeah.
And nothing fucking happens because it wasn't the fact that another soul is possessing this body. The body was willingly given to the soul, so there was no possession involved. It's just his fucking body now.
Yep.
So the soul sucking from Zijian wouldn't work on it whatsoever.
You get the suck. So, they go back and forth about, like, why this happened, because Zhang Chen kind of blue screens, and he's like, why didn't this fucking work? Why is my magic weapon not telling me I'm right?
He just cannot fucking even begin to conceptualize not being right.
Yeah, he doesn't understand.
That's a mood.
And then the guys, like, everybody around him starts being like, he can't, I mean, you saw it with your own fucking eyes, bro. Like, he's not possessed.
Yeah, he's not fucking Wei Wuxian. I don't know what you want us to say.
And everybody goes to bat for Mo Xuanyu.
Yeah,
they own Zhang Cheng with logic and reason.
It's so funny, Jingy's like, okay, can we please stop whipping innocent twinks? Like, you made your point!
Ginny's a real one.
God.
They start talking about how, like, if Wei Wuxian had possessed anybody, he wouldn't have picked Mo Xuanyu because of Mo Xuanyu's gay.
Yeah, you know, it's an affliction.
Yeah, and they go on this whole thing about how Wei Wuxian was too handsome and straight.
Yeah, it's like there's like a meddlesome bystander here is always to spill dubious tea completely devoid of receipts.
Yeah.
They're like, everybody's like, yeah, you know, you had to hand it to Wei Wuxian. He was evil as fuck, but that shit was slamming.
He was evil as fuck, but he did fuck.
That shit was slamming.
He's... And there's this line where they say there were more comments on the matter, but nobody dared to say them in front of Zhangsheng, which, like, a second later kind of comes out that it's like, nobody wanted to say that Wei Wuxian fucks and Zhangsheng doesn't. But
that Wei Wuxian was technically better than Zhangsheng.
Yeah, but, like, out of context, and, like, at first, before they kind of went into clarifying it, I was like, what the fuck does that mean? And, cause, like, it sounded to me being the fucking reading too much into everything, inserting my headcanons into shit all over the place, ass bitch, being like, oh, it sure does sound like they don't want to awaken Zhangsheng's internalized homophobia bullshit.
Fucking probably.
Yeah, they don't want to say, oh, yeah. And then Zhangsheng is, like, thinking to himself, he's doing math equations, and he thinks to himself that he's used, quote-unquote, every possible method to, like, get information, and he says, or he thinks, I've done things like this in the past, so, I, in the past, have been like, I don't know, bro, maybe the, things about him doing whip torture on innocent demonic cultivators, is just a rumor, but, this is
kind of not really helping his case.
Not helping your case, bro.
No.
Not too much of a good one there.
Really not really.
Not a big fan of that. But,
yeah, it's not great.
Yeah. But then we get probably the best part in these entire 2 chapters.
Oh god, yeah, they get into an argument, like, Lan Wangji wants to take him back to Gusu.
Well, first...
Or punish him, or whatever.
Well, first, Zhangsheng does his math equations, because he's like, but I'm right. And, Wei Wuxian sees this, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna mess with this guy, because he has messy bitch prions, and he can't fucking stay out of it, so he starts teasing him. Zhangsheng says something like, oh, why does Hong Guangjun want to defend this guy so much? And Wei Wuxian says, well, what? He fucking makes, you like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward face.
Oh my god!
And it's like, oh, why do you want to come after me so hard, sect leader Jiang? And
yeah, he just takes it upon himself to be as disgusting and insufferable as possible.
He's fucking awful.
If you keep messing with me, I'm gonna get upset.
And he says, I wouldn't want your dick anyway, sect leader Jiang.
You're just not my type. And Zhangsheng, he, like, actually takes the bait. He's like, okay, so what exactly is your fucking type?
Because he can't stand being second to somebody else.
And Wei Wuxian knows that, and this entire thing was him just trying to fucking get a rise out of Zhangsheng because he can.
Zhangsheng says, this bitch acted funny, and Wei Wuxian says, I'm about to act hilarious.
Yeah.
And so Wei Wuxian says the extremely fucking good line of, like, his type is Han Guangjun.
Ooh, Han Guangjun is exactly my type. And it's just like he's being very, very, very shameless and horrible about it. And I'm just like, Wei, please, just shut the fuck up.
Wei sexy.
You're so lucky Lan Wangji is hopelessly in love with you. Like, you're shameless as fuck. Like, I love that shit, but I bet you nobody else in that fucking forest likes that shit. You gotta calm that shit down. Han Guangjun, please get your man.
Get your mans.
Please get your mans.
Come get your mans.
Holy
and he does.
Shit.
To his credit, he does.
Mans. He's like, all right,
he looks back and says, he says, mark your words.
He says, bet.
Yeah, he says, bet, and he fucking says, he looks back at Zhangsheng and says, I'm taking him back to Gusu.
Yeah, and from that day forward, Wei Wuxian's type became Han Guangjun and Han Guangjun only.
That's how it be.
That's it.
Wei Wuxian looked himself in the eyes and started putting on his clown makeup.
Yep.
And that's where the chapters end.
That's it. That's the end of the Arrogance arc.
That's it. And next week we're going to read chapters 11 and 12.
Yeah.
Which are pretty short. But after that we're going to get into some good flashbacks.
Yes, I'm very excited for the flashbacks.
So usually here at this point we would go into the Jesse McMinute. But we were talking about this the other day.
You know what, y'all? I think we're gonna let the Jesse McMinute take an indefinite hiatus because, as you've heard, Overwatch 2 is coming out, which is basically just a fucking Overwatch expansion pack, and they should have released it as an expansion pack and not just a game.
The DLC.
Another game, but that's beside the point. Jesse McCree, you know, he has a lot going on. He's got a lot on his plate. He's pretty much become, as that one skin implies, just an international man of mystery. I just don't want to take up even a minute of his time, you know? And I feel like there's so much...
What if he had an Austin Powers skin?
Abso-fucking-lutely. I'm petitioning Ugly Blizzard to do it right now.
Ugly Blizzard!
And you know, considering the recent events that Blizzard has shit the bed on...
Yeah.
I have not played Overwatch in a very long time. And, you know, the cowboy will always be very dear and close to my heart, but there is so much going on in the MXTX family of properties that I feel like I can dedicate that minute to something more relevant to this Donmei world.
Yeah. And I feel like we need to address a bit of an elephant in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Because you mentioned the whole Blizzard. Blizzard very much did shit the bed.
Yeah.
So Blizzard is partially owned by
Tencent.
By Tencent. I was trying to make a fun joke about like friends of the show, but that's not true.
No.
And there's kind of no way for us to get around the Donghua at least being a Tencent property.
Yeah.
So, you know, with that being said, I mean, the Donghua at least is the only one that's a Tencent exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
But this is, you know, we can maybe look at this as our way of going up against the terrifying, gigantic corporation of Tencent.
Yeah.
We're cutting out the 0.000000001% of 5% of Blizzard that we're talking about here. I mean, we gotta do what we gotta do. At least we're already done with the Donghua. We finished it before this shit started, like, kind of erupting.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's our address of it, I guess. Public service announcement, but yeah.
Yeah, we will not be doing it any longer.
Yeah, we're retiring the Jesse McMinute, unless Blizzard fucking, like, owns up, or Jesse Man himself comes out saying, support Hong Kong.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're just not gonna do it.
Yeah, so rip in peace, Jesse Man Minute.
You had a good run.
You had a good run while it lasted. We do still love and appreciate you, the man of the cowboy of the Jesse Man.
I love the man of the cowboy of the Jesse Man McCree.
We do. But, you know, desperate times, it's Praxis.
Well, it's high noon somewhere in the world.
It's Praxis.
What can I say?
You gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do it. So, moving right along,
I'm fucking trying to find that post. So, we have a very special treat for our Google Translate Essence Collection segment
special
today.
edition.
A very special edition where, tables the turn in a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
You know?
So, with the announcement of the Japanese version of the audio drama came the Japanese versions of their names that are going to be used. So what they did was they basically took the what is it? What is kanji? Is it Hanji?
Hanzi.
Hanzi. They took the Hanzi characters of the characters' names and they basically transliterated them to Japanese kanji. And they kept the meanings, so they're basically the same names, just, you know, in adjacent languages.
Yeah, so they're using the Japanese readings of the same characters.
Yeah.
So everybody's gonna get a new name, and I'm so fucking excited to hear this. You read one of them, but I already forgot it. And so Ray is going to tell me who is who.
There are 6 names, but they're only for Wei Wuxian and Lan Wangji.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
just read them. I'm so excited for this. Holy shit. Have at me.
Bada bing, bada boom, Mr. Worldwide as I step in the
we have Wei Wuxian, transliterates to Gi Musen.
Okay.
Wei Ying is Gi A.
Gi A.
Yiling Naozu is Iryo no Roso.
Okay.
Lan Wangji is Dan Bolki.
Okay.
Lan Zhan is Ran Zan.
All right.
Han Guangjun is Ganko Ku.
Ooh.
That is
kind of spicy. I like that. Spicy.
I think it might either be Ran Zan or Ran Tan.
Okay, either one is cute.
Yeah, it is really cute. So we have Ran Zan and Gi A.
Ran Tan.
Ran Tan. Ran Zan. Cute, right? It's fucking cute. Oh, Ranjano Nisa. Oh, God.
We also have, do you want to give us the run-up to this?
We have a translation of the story summary for the JP version, and it is, remember how we said it was uncensored? It's really fucking doing it.
I read this yesterday, you had me read it. You were laughing your ass off.
It's fucking awesome.
I read it. And my brain exploded. I'm like
fucking great.
I've been floating away on a dirigible made of my own brain since yesterday.
It's so good. All right, so here is the unofficial translation of the official story summary for the MDZSJP version. High class, level and calm Seimei. X. Charming, free, and uncontrolled Uke. The most universally reviled villain from the past has been reborn as a gay guy? And the bottom?
Unbelievable.
He thought this time for sure he could live a quiet life far away from the troubles of his previous life, but he didn't think he'd get captured by his rival from that life. Why is someone who was once so cold now so gentle? A series of surprise moves begin to terrorize the night, but is it all a coincidence or a trap? Do the Guqin's notes in the air signal a reunion between two hated foes, or two old friends finding each other once again? A storm of love, hate, secrets, and deception descends, and a new chapter begins. This time for sure, there will be no regrets left behind.
No regrets.
What happened to me? What happened to me? I was pounced on by your Han Guangjun.
My fucking ass is falling off.
That's what we have so far.
Thanks, Japan. Thanks.
It's really, they're really fucking doing it. They're out there doing it.
You gotta let the people know what they're getting into with the beginning half of it.
Yep.
My skin is still, like, getting diarrhea, but you know.
Yeah, it's, I can't decide whether I fucking love it or whether it's, like, really, really, really embarrassing. Maybe it's both. Maybe
it's both.
I think
it
it's
is
both.
Very much both.
So that is a very exciting little hashtag moment.
A very exciting little hashtag moment.
And that's our translate, not the Google Translate, it's the fan translate essence collection of the week.
Yeah. Just kind of a special edition.
Pretty good, y'all.
Big fan of it. So, it's questions time.
Is it questions time?
I think it's questions time. So, if you have a question, you can send it to cloudrecessespod.tumblr.com/ask or via Twitter at cloudrecesspod. You get one. So, I realized as I was editing last week's episode that, we had gotten a question, a while back, And we forgot to answer it because I forgot that it was in our inbox because, of course, friend of the us, Colin at Pagetish sent this in, and they have to be different and send in a question via DM.
Yeah, you know.
Which I'm not used to checking, so...
Yeah.
But this is a very good question, and I like it a lot, so this is going to be our first, and then we have one on Twitter, and then we have, I think, one on Tumblr, and I want to save the Tumblr one for last because, it's been making my eyes glow ever since I read it. Or no, that's the Twitter one, sorry. The Twitter one I think I saw the Twitter one and I fucking deeply agree. Oh, buddy. Holy shit, dude. But okay, so this first one is from friend of the show, Colin at Pagetish.
And friend of the show, Colin at Pagetish writes, question for next episode, which Mo Dao has the most Liao Shichao energy? Who is that?
So, this is the fella...
Shit, it's the drinky guy.
Good old Hebe Pongzai. So, if you don't know who this fella is, this is the Chinese man who drinks big drinks and eats a lot of food.
Big concoction ass drinks.
He's just chugging like a 2-liter of Coke, and he just
cracking
does it
an egg and a beer, adding some schnapps.
And he's a good man. He's
a very good, positive guy.
One of his tweets right here that I just landed on is, love is mutual, giving love to your wife, your kids, your parents, your friends, and even strangers. You will not lose love, but will get 100 times love. Your kids will learn from you and become a loving, caring, and responsible person when grow up. Good night.
I think he has Shichen energy.
Yeah. What... Is he that big of a coke man, though?
Oh, fuck, that's true.
If this guy was smoking a big old fat one...
That's true. Who do you think, maybe... I almost want to say, like, Feng Mian, but that's not...
No.
It's not really a JFM vibe. Fuck, that's really hard. Maybe, like, Wei Wuxian, like, 20 years after him and Lan Wangji get married, and he's just living on the farm and passing the time doing stupid shit.
Oh my god. That is very fucking good. I like that.
Do you like that?
I do like it.
Like that.
I do like it. I do
kind
like
of enjoy
that.
It.
I do kind of like that. It would be very, because I know Colin and I have talked about this. It would be very easy to say NMJ, but he's not this kind of positivity man.
No, he's not.
He's very not.
He's not quite positive enough.
No.
No, I do like that.
Yeah, I do like that. I like future boy for
pretty good.
It's good. So heading over to Tumblr.
To Tumblr. All right, we've got a question from Anonymous. They say, 100 years seems pretty okay for a timeline, I think. I mean, achieving immortality is the goal, but most people are pretty average cultivators. Only the cream of the crop get the whole looks younger than their actual age thing. And most of those strong ones probably die relatively young from going to hunt the really strong monsters no one else can tackle, or from politics. BSSR got it right, going all hermit in the mountains. No, you know what? You're totally right.
Yeah, all salient, valid points.
Yeah, incredibly salient, valid points. I also think 100 years is pretty fair, and I do think you were slightly still in the elf state of mind.
Yeah, I'm very much...
A little bit.
Yeah.
Because, you got to think of all of these other dictatorships that have happened, like, in our world.
Yeah.
They've only taken, like, 20, 30 years at pop.
That's very true, yeah.
And with the addition of mild cultivation and mortality, which I'm pretty sure of any of the cultivators that we've seen in the show, Wen Rohan would be probably most likely to... have a strong enough cultivation base to be immortal. I mean, obviously that didn't...
Yeah,
being an immortal doesn't actually mean that you're impervious to death.
Yeah, you can still get shanked by a twink. Yeah.
Yeah, you can still get shanked by a twink and go down and, get your head cut off by a big bear boy, but...
That's just what happens sometimes.
Yeah, it just means you can't age.
Yeah.
Can't die of natural causes.
Yeah, I was definitely an elf brain. For those of you who don't know, I do a lot of elf stuff.
She's big into the D&D elf.
Yeah, I have a lot of elf lore that I've been writing.
Yeah.
But speaking of lore and unnecessary amounts of information that I've been working on, let's go over to Twitter and answer this fucking excellent question.
Let's do some lore. Our friend over at Ask Jovery asks, okay, if MDZS and Steven Universe crossed over, which cultivator fusion would you be most pumped about, and what do you think they would look like?
All right.
Or be like? Okay, so I know you're excited, so please say yours first.
Yeah, so I haven't gone to Steven Universe in a couple of years.
Me neither. I
took a big break, but I'm still... I still read this and exploded, so,
oh my god, you have a whole document?
Yeah!
No!
Yeah! Listen. You know me.
Holy shit. I love that. I absolutely love that.
Yeah, okay, so here's the thing. So in order to have a fusion, you gotta know what its component parts are.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I was coming from.
Right.
And I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, we have these different sects, and we know that in the Steven Expanded Universe, they have different types of...
Oh no! That's really fucking good! That took me a second! The Steven Expanded Universe?
Yeah. We know that in Steven's universe, different types of gems do different types of jobs.
Right.
So I was like, well, what if each sect is a different type of gem? So I was thinking about that, right? And then I got into a lot of lore and things, and I kind of went back and I was like, okay, well, what if each of the, sect founders was a different diamond? I decided that which types of, obviously the lawns are jades.
Oh yeah,
they
that's
gotta
pretty
be
fucking spicy.
Oh yeah, so I made our lawn boys into just two different kind of strains of white jade, because they gotta be that.
Yeah.
So Lan Wangji I made Meiling Jade.
Meiling, okay.
Which is a white jade variety that can kind of have other little bits of colors in it, which I was like, those are his little scars that he gets, his fun little, and then Shichen is Hetian Jade, which is the white jade.
Yeah.
It's the most prized, it's the most. All the time. So we gotta have a Wangshan fusion, right?
Yeah!
So we have the one half, we have our jade half, and I was thinking about Wei Ying, and I was like, what would be a good thing for him? He's gotta be something, he undergoes this huge transformation, right?
Yes.
And I was thinking, I know there are some gems that, and minerals and whatnot that, can, over time, change color. So here's what I'm thinking, alright, and hear me out. I think he's Proustite.
I've never heard of that before.
So Proustite is...
How do you spell that?
Proustite.
Ooh.
So it's a red gem, and it can turn, darker. It can get black when it's exposed to light.
That is fucking cool!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah, so when he becomes Mr. Yiling Bad Boy, his gem, I'm thinking, gets turned from, a cute, maybe just a typical, your circle or whatever, into being shaped kind of like the Stygian Tiger Amulet.
Yeah, it gets corrupted.
Yeah, it gets co-opted. He loses his sword when his gem changes, and his weapon changes to Chenqing.
Oh, that is hot!
And another thing about Proustite is that it's toxic.
Ooh!
Highly, highly toxic, which I think is a literal manifestation, I guess, of, Madame Yu-ite, thinking that he's literally toxic to the family.
Oh, wow. What is Madame Yu-ite?
Madame Yu is agrolite, which is, black with some pinkish purple kind of fluorescence.
Oh, that's fun.
Which is very Zhejiang.
Yeah.
So we got Proustite and we got our Meiling Jade.
Yep.
You gotta make that into a lavender jade.
Oh, yeah! That's the good shit.
Gotta.
Wow, lavender jade.
So I'm thinking lavender jade has the Lan Wangji antennae.
Well.
Also the Wei Ying Ahoge, because you gotta.
Absolutely.
You gotta do it. Obviously all these guys have, their fancy flowy robes. If he's in Yiling Patriarch mode, if he's in Yiling Proustite mode, I think he's gotta, I think if we combine that with Lan Wangji's many, many, many robes, I'm picturing, very much kind of at least from the waist down, kind of a goddess Madoka vibe.
Oh!
And, I'm thinking that if we combine, if we give our Mei-Ling Jade a Guqin as the weapon, and we take that and we combine it with Chunqing,
yes,
we get 2 musical instruments, right?
Yes.
Musical instrument plus musical instrument equals musical instrument. It's just math.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that we take the stick part, and we take the stringed part, and we make a cool cello.
Either that or a fucking guitar.
Oh my god.
A cello
so
would be really
extra.
fucking cool, though.
A battle cello. Another one that I want to see, just so we don't get too far away from this yet, I want to see the Yunmeng Shuangjie fusion.
Ooh! So what is the Zhang family? Are they all the agro?
So the Zhang family are Inosilicates.
Inosilicates.
Yeah. I think I pronounced it. I'm not sure. But, so, Zhang family, these are all purple versions of it. So this is just like, it's a very broad kind of, type of stone or mineral.
Okay.
So it's a lot of different things. Zhang Fengmian is violin, which is a cool purple.
Okay.
Zhang Yanli is kunzite.
Oh, excellent.
You love it. And then, Mr. Sandu Shengshou, Zhang Wanyin
Rude
Ruboy,
boy.
is Carawhite.
Carawhite.
CH,
Oh, Carawhite. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it. Carawhite.
Carawhite.
So, entirely coincidentally, this is one that I suggested for your gemstone like 4 years ago.
Oh my god, yes. I remember.
Yeah, but it's like a purple and black and white swirly type of thing.
Yeah, it's pretty hot.
It's pretty fucking sick. Obviously, he's gotta have Zijan as his weapon.
Yep.
You gotta. I'm thinking his gem is it's on his right ring thingy.
Okay. Because
that's where his weapon comes out of, so it's gotta go from ring to whip.
Yep.
And I want to make it lightning bolt shaped.
Ooh, yeah.
You know?
That's really good.
I want to make it lightning bolt shaped. Either that or like maybe like the shape of the 9-petal lotus on their sigil.
That's hot as hell.
Either one.
Do you have one for Nie Huaisong?
I do, but first, the Yunmeng Shuangjie fusion?
Yeah.
I'm thinking rhodochrosite. Pink, swirly.
Ooh, she's fun.
She's fun.
Wow, she's pinky.
Yeah, and there's a weapon, I don't remember what it's called, but it's like, I'd have to look it up, but I do have a weapon in mind for it. Little Nie Huaisong is aventurine.
Okay.
A nice shimmery green. It's a little bit, it is technically a quartz. The Nies are quartz.
Yeah.
They gotta be. Technically it's a quartz, but it's kind of too pretty to act as one. So,
what if Nie Huaisong was Tiger's Eye? I think Tiger's
I have
Eye
a tiger. Well, no, I have a tiger. I have a different tiger. I do have a different tiger.
And if
he's gotta have a fan for his weapon.
Yeah, and if Jiggy is in fool's gold, we're gonna have a fucking problem.
Here's the thing, and I want you to hear me out. All right, stick with me. So his name, Wu Men Yao, the Yao Yao part, a slight Yao Yao, means mother of pearl. Okay, hear me. Stay with me. Stay with me.
I ain't got nowhere to go.
So, I'm thinking he's a Nacre, a mother of pearl. Maybe he changes which one he's going by, which word for it, you know? When he gains some status, he goes from Nacre to mother of pearl.
Maybe.
He's similar to a pearl. Like, the role of this, since it's not exactly a pearl, it's still similar to a pearl. So it's you know, treated, unfortunately, like property. It's a leisure item.
Yeah.
You have a pearl because you want something to have fun with.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely, okay, I'm feeling that.
Yeah. A mother of pearl, I'm thinking, is like, I mean, it's organic. It's slightly less desirable than your traditional pearl. So they're kind of looked down on, but it's like a peridot-sized pearl.
Oh!
And he
Holy fuck.
He just pulls his cool little, wiggly Laffy Taffy sword out of his forehead, his tiny little oval on his forehead.
Yeah.
The rest of the gins are barrels, is what I have.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. But speaking of a jiggy gem, you know I want to see a 3-zone fusion.
Yeah, what is Mingdui?
Bloodstone. Oh,
fuck yeah, brother.
Look at the colors of a bloodstone and tell me I'm wrong, bitch.
No, I'm pretty sure you're right, is the thing.
Yeah. So, and bloodstone is absolutely a quartz. 100% quartz.
Mm-hmm.
He got that big old saber, ready to fucking go. So we got our bloodstone, we got our mother of pearl, we got our Hitian jade. I got ones for all 3 combos of just 2 each of them. So, that Nielon fusion, Mositsu.
Oh, Mositsu?
Yeah, Mositsu.
Mositsu.
Check that shit out.
How do you spell that?
Mawsitsit. It's sick as fuck. It's a relative of jade.
Ooh!
It fucking rules.
Ooh, that shit whips. It looks like fucking something a gamer would have.
It is kind of a gamer fuel gem.
It is a gamer fuel looking ass gem. I fuck with it.
Our famous Niao gem?
Yes.
Amolite.
Amolite.
It's dark, it's organic, it's iridescent. Check that shit out.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's a rainbow?
It's a rainbow.
It's a rainbow. Wow, I love that.
Yeah, our Hitian and our Mother of Pearl. I'm thinking ivory.
Ivory is good.
Yeah, it's white, it's organic, it's nice and opaque. I like it.
Yeah.
And then all 3 of them together, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Goethite.
How do you spell that?
Goethite.
Gateite, I think?
Goethite. It's very German, I don't know.
Gateite?
Take a look at it in some other photo. Get that good image search because you'll see what I'm talking about.
Ooh,
That's
sparkly!
Yeah, the sparkly kind of iridescent rainbowy type of thing. It's got that sheen. It looks like an oil slick.
Oh yeah, and who is that?
That's all 3 Zoom.
Oh, fuck yes.
Fuck yes.
That is hot as hell.
You know?
I mess with that.
I fucks with that.
I really do fucks with that.
I fucks with that. I got a Songchen fusion. You know I do.
What is a Songchen fusion?
Iolite.
Oh!
So Iolite can exhibit a type of effect on it called aventurescence, which comes from aventurine.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of sparkly.
Ooh.
It's like a nice, cool indigo color.
It is.
Which I think is a good combo of our green and our purple.
I like that.
You'll love to see
that
it.
for her.
Oh, yeah. Love that for hashtag her.
Love that for her.
Yeah, it's good shit.
That is very good.
To me.
I'm glad you put so much thought into that. That fucking
I
works.
spent like half of my night, bitch.
It's good.
Oh, the Taigi that I was hinting at is Shuiyan.
Oh!
Tiger Iron. Tiger Iron can exhibit that chatoyance, which is that little cat's eye kind of effect.
Oh.
It ties in with his little Taigi teeth.
Taigi boy.
Taigi teeth.
I love little Taigi teeth boy.
I'm thinking
kitty
he's
teeth boy.
Yeah,
Mean boy.
I'm thinking he's got a little bit of his gem is kind of chipped a little bit, which is why he's missing his fingy.
Okay.
But yeah, boy did I put a lot of thought into this. I can go on and on. Maybe I'll share my doc of mint with the Discord or something. Get that special bonus.
It rules.
But yeah, we spent enough time talking about Steven's universe.
I'm flexing.
I am flexing. I am flexing. Unfortunately, I'm flexing my big brain. But yeah. So thanks for the questions.
Yeah, thank you so much. That was a very good immersive little situation we had there. A nice little thought experiment.
Did you have any ideas? I'm sorry, I kind of dominated it.
No, I love what I pick up. I smell what you're stepping in.
Dabs. The sound of that chair creaking right now was me hitting a dab.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess we can just get into some housekeeping now.
Yeah.
We have a Patreon.
Let's do some calls to action. We do have a Patreon.
Call to action. Donate to our Patreon. Patreon.com/PodRecesses, where for $1 a month, just the one, you can be a disciple of the show and get access to all our Patreon exclusive bonus content, such as that Steven Universe AU bullshit that I'm on, potentially, plus a special role in our Discord. For $5 a month, you can be a sect leader of the show, fancy, and get all that plus a more special role in our Discord channel, plus a thank you shout out on the show.
Yeah.
You can also send us a short little message for us to read.
Little massage. Wouldn't that be nice?
Wouldn't it? It'd be good. And for $10 a month, you can be chief cultivator of the PodRecesses world and get all of that and an even more special role in our Discord, and you can send us requests for things to stream or to read or whatever. We're thinking about doing a live stream. We're recording this on Sunday, or a live reading, I should say. We're recording this on Sunday. We're thinking about doing it Monday night, so that'd be, if you're listening to this the day it comes out, that'll be tonight. Yeah. Hopefully. Yeah.
Hopefully tonight, yeah.
Yep. Which is, what's tomorrow? November 18th.
Oh my god, no, October.
Fuck off.
I wish.
November 18th, fam. But yeah, shout out.
The family.
Shout out to our $5 sect leaders, Colin Arnold and Sarah McClintock.
Yay, thank you guys.
Thank you. And thank you to $10 chief cultivator of the show, Scout Chiro.
Yay, thank you, Scout.
We love Scooter. And thank you to Noisepace.xyz for being our podcast network.
Yeah.
Hit them up, care of sect leader Matt. You can find a ton of very good other podcasts. Got something for everything. We got City Girls Make Do. We got
The Stick.
We got The Stick. We got
My Pod Cabbages.
We got Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die.
Very good. Personal fave.
Fuck yes. Once again, I'm Roy. I'm on Twitter at SemperFunny and also at Yeeling Hypebeast, which is my MDZS side blog.
And I'm Fallon. You can find me on Twitter at America's Burden or at Himbo Zongju, which is my Donmei side blog.
Fuck yeah. You can find PodRecesses the Us at cloudrecessespod.tumblr.com and on twitter.com/cloudrecess, just the one pod. We're on all podcast apps and all that good crap. Like, comment, subscribe, YouTube.
Come interact.
You can also join our Discord. Link is, as always, in the description. We always have a good time on the Discord.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
You love to see it.
100%.
And you know what we say at the end of every episode, Ray?
I do know what we say. We say Semper Bunny.
We say Semper Bunny, fam.
Semper Bunny!
Bye!
Bye!